Okie Are you guys ready for my teacher, Meir Ezra? The amazing Meir Ezra?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I want to warn you. First of all, I'm Israeli, so immediately I have to be out. But I want to warn you because what I'm going to teach you is not what you like,
Keep it on
not
for
what
now.
you want, but what you need. So I'm going to teach you different things. They're going to be
Okay.
weird. And if you look at them from your own viewpoint, it will change your life or not. But thank you. But after many hundreds of thousands of students that changed their life, I'm sure yours will change too. I have a special guarantee that I give on my seminars. My seminars are extremely expensive. One day with me is $40,000. But I give a very special guarantee. If you don't get the result that we define at the beginning, you don't pay me, I pay you. Good deal. Now I'm Jewish, so of course I never pay. You know Jewish people. You know what's that? This is a dead Jewish people, a Jewish person, because when you're alive, you count all the time the money. Okay, you ready? And I'm going to tell you lots of jokes, and they're going to be dirty. And as we go along, it will become more dirty. So if you have a problem, take some water so you can wash them. Agreements. Number one, nothing I say today is true. Nothing I'm going to tell you today is true, unless, of course, it is true for you. I want you to look in a new unit of time, totally forget everything, and look again. Because if you, do you know what is your limitation in life? What's limiting you? What? Time, yes. What's limiting you? Smart, very smart. What limiting you? That's very smart, actually. What limiting you? Yeah, your minds, that's correct. What limits you is your experience. The definition of the word experience is the sum of all your limitations. If people use the experience, we will never fly. Because experience, before we flown first time, said it's impossible to fly. The more experience you get, the more serious you get. A child have no experience. Anything is possible for him. He looks and he said, why not, Daddy? Daddy explained to him that you need experience. So what limits you is your experience, and what I'm asking you is to forget about your experience just for the next 1-2 hours. And if you will, and if you look in a new unit of time, your life will change. So nothing I tell you today is true unless it is true for you. Number two, nothing I teach you is new, you already know it. What do I mean? When I tell you something, you look at what you already know, and then you tell me yes or not, which means you knew it already. Because the definition of the word spirit is this thing that knows. You know. You know, and you work very hard to cheat yourself on telling yourself that you don't know. So you have a game. So you know. And every time you tell yourself you don't know, you're actually reducing yourself a little bit. And every mistake you ever made, when you look back, you say, I knew this guy is bad news. I knew, why did I marry him? Yeah, he was handsome, devil, but I knew. So you know. And anyone that tells you that you don't know is actually your enemy. You want to know who is your enemy? Find the people that make you wrong. Find the people that reduce you, that say, no, you cannot. It's dangerous. You don't know. Those people are not your friend. Regardless how they look, regardless what they say they actually mean. If they don't see the good in you, they are your enemy. If they don't see anyone that don't see only the good in you, he's your enemy. Your enemies are those people that don't see the good in you, because the only way to improve people is by finding what's right with them and not what's wrong with them. Because you know when you do something wrong, you don't need two people to tell you that it's wrong. You already know when it's wrong. Next, what I teach you is not just theories, it's proven facts, but they need to be implemented in an exact manner, and they're different to what you are used to. And hence, it is the ability to confront the drills, not just the listening, that will produce the expected result. I'm going to ask you to do things, and if you thought that you're going to come here, sit, do nothing, and I'll do all the work, you are wrong. You're going to work. I'm going to watch you. So you're going to do drills. And if you will not do the drills, you will not get almost anything. You know, at school, you've been sitting for, I don't know, from the age of 6 to the age of 18, 20,000 hours. And the teacher was talking, and you are like, 1 hour in, God, you can breathe, yes? You did nothing, and it killed you. And you remember for the exam, maybe, and today, from 20,000 hours, you don't use and you don't remember much. How many of you use in the past 2 years, square root? Hello? Nothing. It's most of the thing you've learned is nonsense. You don't even remember. 20,000 hours. 20,000 hours of. So today I'm expecting you to be involved, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, so here's the first drill. When I say start, I want you to inhale like that for as long as you can, and I want you to take the time, how many seconds you can inhale. So get ready with your watches or phone or whatever, because I need to know how many seconds you can inhale. Here we go. We have a special application here. We just developed this application. It's called Ray, the phone holder. Okay, ready? When I say start, start. As long as you can. Inhale as long as you can. When you finish, pick up your hand so I know that you choked. Okay, good. As long as you can. Very nice. Amazing. Very good. Excellent. Okay, good. How many seconds? 13. How many seconds? 11. Excellent. How many seconds? 20. Nice. Wow. How many seconds? You are accurate. Wow. That's yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay, good. Now, is there anyone here that can inhale for more than an hour? No one, yeah? Why did I do this exercise with you? Because when I talk to you, you inhale information. And if you don't participate, you will choke. You'll get data poisoning. So every time I talk to you and you say nothing, you die a little. I don't actually help you. How many of you married here? Excellent, good. Do you notice that when your spouse accumulates words during the day, usually your wife or your husband accumulate words, and when they come home, they start to download the words. You know that? I don't know if it's happening here, but in Israel it's happened a lot. And you get shocked and you try to put one word, and you like, and then you go into coma because you don't breathe, and you're gone. So what I need you need your acknowledgement. I need to see that you're alive. I need to see that there is a life form on the chair. Move your head, do that. If you are Indian, do that. Anything. I need to know that you're alive. Is that okay? Ah, yes, this is a life form. Nice. You are alive. That's beautiful. Now, most important thing is that it needs to be fun. I'm going to tell you something that it's strange in the business world, but the reason I'm successful, or why I think, or I don't think, I know what's the prerequisite for success. Think are successful in direct ratio to how unserious they are, how fun they are. Happiness is prerequisite for success. When things become serious, you are die. You're dead. You know these people? Yeah. Did you see the crops? I don't know if have you ever seen like a dead body? Very serious. How serious can you get? Dead serious. Yeah. People when they really get serious, it's like everything is dangerous. Any of you here? Did you ever seen the movie Jaws? You know the movie Jaws? I know how old you are. The movie Jaws was, if you haven't seen it, it's a special shark. And what was special about this shark, that this shark like blondes. If you put in the water brunette, it does not eat brunettes, only blondes. And it goes like that. You see a blonde in the water, and she swim, and you hear ta-dam, and you think, get back to the boat. And you go and you hit ta-dam, 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 get back to the water, get back to the water, boom, the shark ate the lady. Now, do you know why he ate the lady? Because she didn't hear the soundtrack. You knew he's about to eat her because of the soundtrack. She didn't hear the soundtrack. Later on, you see another blonde swimming, and you hear ta-dam. What do you think? Get back to the boat. And you hear ta-dam, ta-dam. What do you think? Get back to the boat. Ta-dam, ta-dam, and nothing happened. But during that ta-dam, 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 you spilled popcorn, you go crazy, you hold your husband. It's just a movie. And you go crazy. Why? You get serious, you get crazy, not because of what's happening to you, but because what the thing that's happening to you remind you of. The things that in front of you are almost never dangerous. If it's really dangerous, you are not really worried. I was in a war in Israel. I was not worried when I was actually shooting, but before and after, that was a different story. But during the action, you're acting. Let me show you that, how does it work. Be with me for like 10 seconds, okay? Be with me, totally with me. Okay, I'll be here so you can see me. That's really important. Just be with me, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4! Okay, again. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll tell you what's going on in your mind. You go, ah, you are. Yes, you are. Why? Not because of my counting, but because what my counting reminds you of. And you become serious and useless. The more serious you are, the more useless you are. And you will see that when things get serious, when people get upset, shouting, there is no success. Force can work on a temporary measure, but overall, force is destructive. What's the definition of the word problem? How many of you have problems in life? You're alive. If you're alive, the problem is the synonym of the word problem is life. What's the definition of the word problem? Hello? You have problem and you don't know what it is? How can you solve it then? Okay, I'll give you a very important law. The correct definition of a word or symbol will open the door for handling all the problems related to that issue. Wow, that was a big thing. Let me make it shorter. If you know the correct definition, you'll be able to solve the problem that related to that thing. So can I use you? Can I use your body? Okay. I'm using his body. Sounds good. Should have picked up a blonde. Okay. Problem is actually force counter force. I push and he's pushing. This is a problem. What you have here in the middle is problem. He wants to go to the movie and I don't want to go to the movie. He's my customer. He does not want to pay and I want him to pay. That's a problem. Now, a problem is a problem only as long as both sides are not taking responsibility. If I will decide to stop pushing, as much as you want, he cannot create a problem. When I count to 3, you're going to push as strong as you can, but you need to know that I'm going to pull my hand. 1, 2, 3, push! As much as he wants, he cannot generate a problem. Everyone, thank you. Everyone of your problem is there because you're generating it. And if you know that the definition of the problem is just force counter force, so intention counter intention, you know that the solution of the problem is you need to stop being so serious about it. Anything in your life that you're not willing to win and lose with the same level of enthusiasm, you're a slave to. Again, anything in your life that you're not willing to win and lose at with the same level of enthusiasm, you're a slave to. To succeed, you need to be able to have or not have at the same level. Does it make sense to you? Had something? You can fake it. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be real. Yeah. When you want something, this universe, that's very good that you ask, by the way. Well done. This universe, do you agree that this universe composed of twos, plus and minus? There's no plus without minus, no minus without plus. Everyone agree with that? Good. Now, if I put attention only on the plus, I leave the minus uncontrolled. So if I say, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want it, I will not get it. Did you notice that you get a lot in this universe of what you don't want? And you don't get what you want? And did you notice that when you stop wanting something, it comes to you? And when you want something, it does not come to you? If you have right now, just do that, just do that. Think about, I don't have headache, I don't have headache, I don't have headache, I don't have headache, you will get headache. Because if you put your attention on plus, you leave the minus uncontrolled, and whatever you left uncontrolled can hurt you. When people are really good at something, they're good because they're playing for the purpose of the joy of the game, and they don't care if they win or lose. Who is the best basketball player of all time? Michael Jordan, yes? And he says, I don't know why they paid me. I played for the joy of the game. I didn't care if we win or lose. I just wanted to enjoy the game. And when you're in a job, not for the joy of the job will kill you. And when you are in a relationship, not for creating joy, the relationship will kill you. And when you talk to a person and you don't put life into that person will kill you. For example, if I go to this guy, and what's your name? Tony. And I go to Tony and I start to argue with him. And this thing will kill me because now I take Tony with me. The whole day Tony is with me. Maybe for a year Tony is with me. Wherever I'm going, I'm taking Tony with me. But if I put life into him and he feels amazing, I end up with myself. So good. I did such a good thing. Did it answer your question? So the only way for you to win in life is to win and lose with the same level of enthusiasm. I'm giving you very important basics, just so you have the idea. Okay, you're about to start on a road to discovering the secrets of this universe, how it really works, and it is not what you think. It is the opposite. I've done a lot of money, and I had a lot of success in many different areas in my life because I did not think as everyone else. My father was a rabbi, and he wanted me to learn one thing, just learning Judaism, which I did, and I've learned the Kabbalah and a lot of things. But when I was 16, I decided I'm going to learn all other religions, and I actually study those religions, not just look at them. I'll tell you more about it. And what I found, that when people believe in one thing, it's probably the opposite. Why? Because most of the people fail most of the time. Most of the people fail most of the time, which means what they believe in is not correct. If you look, most of the people don't achieve the targets. Most of the people don't actually consider that they're actually getting where they want to get. They're having difficulties, they don't have enough money, they don't have enough love, they have too many problems with their kids, they're married. No, I'm joking. So they have problems, okay? Now, one more agreement that I forgot to tell you. Every time that I have this kind of transitions, if it's an amazing transition, you need to do wow, like this one. Look, wow, amazing, wow. Okay? So every time you see a wow transition, I want to hear that wow. And it can be with the movement of the body, like slight wow. Not too much, not like that, just wow. Okay? Okay, welcome to your Stress to Strong Causative Meditation in Action. And this is wow. Okay, about me. Here we go. Wow, who am I? Me is me. A simple answer. My name is Meir Ezra, and I'm a philanthropist. I rehabilitate criminals. I get people off drugs. I teach families how to become good families. I have a Parents Academy. I made my first $100 million when I was 31 years old. I'm an inventor. I'm a business owner. I'm a father. I am a husband. I have lots of friends. But this all didn't happen overnight. I think you need to understand the background to know who I am today. I was born in Israel. When I born with my 2 feet pointing backward. Doctor looks at that, and basically the message was, this guy will not be able to walk. And they put me into a cast, and every 4-5 days, they'll take off the cast like up to the hips and break the feet and turn it. That was the technology, advanced technology of that time. They turned this thing over 6 years. So by the age of 6, I had my feet totally pointing forward, but not really working. I had no future in terms of body activity. Like I was very limited in movement and so on. But it didn't really stop me, because the only thing that can stop you is this, not this. While I had a major issue with the legs, the head was working all the time. I was very good with electronics. Really good from the age of 0. Everything I touched, I wanted to know, not to understand, to know. When you move out of understanding into knowing, there's no grace. You either know or you don't know. Like if I ask you your name, you don't 50% know your name or 70%, you just know your name. And I really wanted to know him. And I started to look and insist that I will really know. And the main area
what the physical is, how it works. And I started to build a sound system and fix radio and fix TV. Went to the Israeli army, went to a special unit. I was a diver in the submarines. This course, it takes 2 years to study. And we started 4,000 people and we ended up 21 after 2 years. It was a very, very tough course. If you think about, okay, so what's happening with those feet that messed up? I didn't feel the feet messed up. Basically, for 2 years in pain. But I made it because this is what actually the head, your decision, you actually define what's going on with your body. Went to the army, finished the army, went to the Far East. I've been in the Far East for a year and just traveled $6 per day. Backpack, climbed the Himalaya, did all kind of crazy things. And at one point, the money ended. I needed to find a way to make money. I heard that in South Africa there is some guy that's looking for programmers. So I went to South Africa, opened the business, and that business was a software business. We developed a program generator. It's software that runs software. And at that time, when computers just started, it was a totally revolutionary idea. And the software that runs in software, it was back to back. Things started to roll. One business led to another, and then more and more and more success. And it was always very, very difficult. As long as I walked along, it was easy. The moment that I started to add people, it became like a nightmare. So the first thing I thought is that I don't have good people. So I started to hire more expensive people, more qualified people. And same problem, just more expensive. Maybe something with me, so I started to go and try to figure out what I'm doing well. And after a while, I realized it's actually a very, very big realization that changed my whole life, everything.
Okay. And I'm going to tell you about this realization today. Okay? But before that, any questions so far? Nothing? Nothing. Excellent. Do you agree that your potential is much bigger than your results? Do you agree with that? Yeah? Much more potential than results. There's almost no connection. 600,000 times more potential than results. That's how big the difference. And it's not just a number I came up with, I can actually show the calculation. Why? Why is it? Why don't you use your potential? Why don't you use your potential? If you are so powerful, which you are, why don't you use it? Do you just like to suffer? Or sorry? Too many? Yes. Yeah, yes, makes sense. What else? Why don't you use your potential? Fear, very smart. Why don't you use your potential? Why you don't just, you have a big engine, huge, unbelievable, and you're in gear, first gear, and you pull the handbrakes and you pull it all the time stronger and stronger. Why you just don't let the handbrakes go? Never mind second gear. Just let the handbrakes go. Any idea? Okay, I'm going to tell you why. And it's not something that you're going to like. But if you will understand it and inspect it from your own eyes, you will see it will open the door for changing your life. This is you. Okay? This is you, and this is income. Income is not just money. Income is anything that you want, that you define that you want. So, for example, income from my wife would be admiration. Income from my children will be number of kisses they give me. Income in the business will be money. Income with the employees will be their production, okay? So what block this income from coming to you? Why you don't get as much income as you want? Because if we solve that problem, you understand, we open the door for anything, because income can be knowledge, income can be anything you actually want. Anything that you can reach for, you can have. So why you don't just go and get what you want? What blocks you? Distraction, yes. What else? What do you feel blocks you? What do you feel that if this thing will be removed, you will be able to just go and take the money? Just go, he's my son, just get all the kisses that I want from him. She's my wife, all the admiration. What is that thing that prevents me as a business owner to get all my stuff producing? Worry, yes, that's very true. Fear to be disappointed, very, 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 very true. You've got a little bit of experience or a lot. Yes, very true. Yes. Okay, I'm going to show you something that is different than what you thought about up to now. But you will see that if we handle that, it will open the door for anything you want. Throughout life, you do things that you consider are not okay. When you do something that you consider that is not okay, you hide it. You don't go to the newspaper and say, hey, I just stole $50. Yeah? You don't go to someone and say, hey, I just lied to you. You hide it, yes? Every time you do something that you consider is not okay, you put a block around so people cannot see. And you have many blocks around you, and those blocks prevent people from seeing what you've done. But in your mind right now, you think, but I didn't do so many bad things. Look again, because the bad things that you've done are not against other people, it's against yourself. 99% of the bad things an average person do is against himself. You say, oh, I'm so stupid. I don't look good. I put on weight. Why did I do that? You all day long find faults with you. You specialize. You have this special book, and all day long, whenever you see something bad with you, you stop everything, you take it. When you see something good, you ignore it. All day long, and every time you find something bad with you, you do something against you. It's a sin against you. Your sins are not against someone else. Okay, maybe you lied 10 times in your life or 20, and maybe you stole $5 when you were a child. Big deal, okay? I don't know, you cut someone, you did small things, okay? I can say that an average person will do, let's say, 50 bad things throughout his life for others in different levels, but he do 500,000 things against himself. You find fault with you all day long, and you hide it from yourself. Because how do I know that I hide it from you? Because if I try to make you wrong, you say, no, I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. All day long you try to be right, but you say to yourself that you are wrong. Are you with me or not? These things hide. You hide it from other people, but you become blind. And if you cannot see something, can you get it? Prerequisite for having anything is to somehow see it or sense it. And you make yourself blind by doing things against yourself. All day long, you do things against yourself. Non-stop, from the moment you wake up till the moment you go to sleep, You do things against yourself, including saying, oh, I am hungry, where actually it's not you that hungry, the body is hungry. So you make you, the spirit, slave to the body. Instead of using the body, you serve the body. I am tired. No, you're not tired. The body is tired. When you say, I am tired, you actually make yourself into nothing. Because if you don't become nothing, you'll say to the body, now you go to sleep, now you work, now you do this, now you do that. The reason I managed to do this thing in the army with my feet messed up is because I told the body what to do. I am the boss, and the body is my slave. Or as they say in English, in the US, I'm the boss and the body is my bitch. I tell the body what to do. And when it's the opposite, when I become the bitch of the body, not so good. But every single person that I know consider that what the body feel, it's him. And he tells you, I feel that. You don't feel it, the body feel it. Do you understand? When you don't separate between you and the body, you become a machine like the body. So you cannot control your urges because it's not it's the body. So you decide, I will not eat, and 2 minutes later, you break the diet. Yes? So you say, I will do this job, but you don't do the job because you feel that you're tired, but you're not tired. The body is tired. And the only time you felt really great in your life is when you did the impossible, when you told the body, we're going to do it. And the guys and the body say no, and you say, no, we are going to do it. You don't understand. We are going to do it. And the body did it, and then you feel good. And when you feel bad is when you succumb to the body. So the law is, you will feel as bad as you will find fault with yourself and others. What you need to do in order to improve is to know something that will sound to you a little bit not true maybe at the beginning, but it's the most true thing you ever heard. You are perfect, and anything that is not perfect, it's not you. It's your body, it's something else. Your mind. You are perfect. When you do something bad, you say later on, I don't know why I did it. It's not me. I don't know why I did it. I decided I would not do it when I did it. I don't know why I did it. You go, you cheat with some lady, and then you say, why did I do it? It's not me. Why did I do it? It's not me. You are perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not you. So if you want to improve, the first drill that I'll give you to do, just do it for a week. Every time you see yourself in the mirror, look and just say, whoa, I'm so hot. I'm good looking. I'm good. Now there's only one thing. You have to be full with yourself, but at the same moment, you must make everyone around you as hot as you. Because if not, you're strengthening the plus and the minus is uncontrolled. And it will attack you. You need to feel that you are so good, and you need to convince yourself and find all the good things about you. And at the same moment, if you find anything good about you, make someone else as good. What's the definition of the word success? How many of you want to be successful? Everyone, yes? Good. What's the definition of the word success? Hello? Is it working? Yes.
Fulfill your dreams.
Fulfill your dream, yes. What else? What's the definition of the word success? You see that if you cannot define it, you cannot achieve it. Because if I said to you, what's the definition of the word chakachuka? Who here can achieve chakachuka? Anyone can achieve chakachuka? No, because you don't know what it is. So if I ask you what's the definition of the word success and you don't have a definition, boom, forget about achieving it. What is the definition of the word success? Find happiness in life. Good. What else? What's the definition of the word success? I'm asking you simple questions, yes? Go through with everything that you want. Yes, I knew I like you. I saw her outside and immediately I knew I like her. She's smart. Something about money. You're Jewish. Yes. What's the definition of the word success? Very nice. Very nice. It's not only about yourself, it's also about others. Very nice. What else? Progress. Very smart. Yes, progress. It's a short answer, but to the point. Yes. Success. I want to give you a definition of the word success that will actually allow you to become successful. Okay? Success is the sum of all validated improvements. Every time that you have an improvement and you validated it, you report it to yourself, there's an improvement. When the number of improvement become big enough, you are successful. Now what do? You do the opposite. You say, wrong. So you become less and less and less successful every time you say you are wrong. You want to fix someone. If you find what's wrong with him, he will never improve. And if he will improve in that, he will break there. But if you find what's right with him and make him big enough, you will see he will change automatically. The only way to improve people is by telling them what's right about them. And the only way to improve you is to tell you. You need to tell you what's right about you. And your instinct is the only way to fix is by showing what's wrong. This is so wrong. You do that with your kids. You have children and you tell them this is wrong and 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 this is wrong. You do that because you want to help them, but you destroy them. Because at the end you convince them that they are useless. If someone, how many of you like when someone come to him and say, you are wrong, 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 you are wrong all day long. You'll kill such a person, yes? But you do it to yourself. You try to be right, but you find fault with yourself. Secretly. You're hiding it. It's secret. You don't tell to anyone. You hide it. And the more you do those things, the less successful you will be. Now there's another one small thing. Who wants to be successful? Only people that consider that they are failures. Success is a target only for failure, because once you are successful, you don't want to be successful. You're ready. Who here wants another hand? Who wants a hand? If you have a hand, you don't want a hand. You understand? Only those people that don't have a hand want a hand. So by saying that you want to be successful, you actually intensify the other side, which is failure. You really have to get this concept, because this concept messes you up. You don't want to be successful. You want to enjoy the game. Win and lose with the same level of enthusiasm. And what you do, every time you see any improvement, you validate it. Any improvement, you say, you report to yourself, that was good. I waked up in the morning. That was really good. I managed to go to the shower. There are many people that didn't. Good, excellent. I'm at work in time. That's a first. But it's good. I managed to see my wife without fighting with her. Wow, the whole day. Nice. Does it make sense? So the first most important thing to understand is that for as long as you will continue to criticize yourself, you will become more and more blind to what? To your potential. So you see, as a child, you believe everything is possible. As a child, you believe everything is possible because you didn't make yourself so wrong. You didn't sit down with a book and say, this is wrong, and 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 you just thought everything is fine. You didn't see anything wrong with you. And the more you see wrong things with you, the more useless you become. Because you are the boss for you. And if you say it's wrong, believe me, it's going to be wrong. Does it make sense to you? Okay, so that's the first thing. Now, what is the definition in order to be able to say that you are right, that what right things about you, you need to control the urge to find faults. True or false? Hello? Hello? True? Who find this thing useful? Do you find this useful so far? Show me hands. Do you have hands? Excellentos. Good. Excellent. What is the definition of the word control? Sorry? To be in command, that's true. What is the definition of the word control? How many of you think that control is good? That's true. Depends. Control can be good or bad. It depends on what? On the intention behind the control. For example, I can tie your hand and I'm controlling your hand and I put a needle in, and if the intention is bad and I put heroin in, it's bad. That control is bad. But if I put a medicine that you need, it's good. Yes? So control is good or bad based on the intention, but we don't know what is control yet. What is the definition of the word control? And control is really important because control equals income. If you're in control, you get what you want, good or bad. If I want to give you a drug and I'm controlling you, I will get it. And if I want to give you a medicine and I'm controlling you, I will get it. So control equals income. If you control your bank account, you have income. If you control your prospect, you'll get income. If you control your emails, you'll get income. If you control your boss, you'll get income. If you control what you say when you're upset, you'll get income. If you control your thoughts, you will have income. Because when your thoughts are not controlled, you find fault with yourself. Yes? What is control? How will you define the word control? I'm asking you this question because I need time to drink coffee. Hello? Control. What is control? What? Your needs. Yes, nice. What is control? What's the definition of the word control? Structure. Very nice. Yes. What's the definition? Have a look. What does it mean to control a car, or to control a thought, or to control how much money you have? Awareness. Yes, that's very nice. What else? What is control? Very nice. Yes, that come from decision. Yes. You have it from time to time. Ding, very nice. She's got these bombs. Boom. Nice. What else?
Power.
Hmm?
Power.
Control bring power. Yes, true. But what is control? What's the definition? How do you know if you know something? You can explain it to a 6 years old. If you cannot explain it to a 6 years old, you need to be a man and to say, I don't know. Control comes from knowledge. That's true. It's very true. Knowledge results in control. Extremely accurate. But what is control? Not what causes control. What is control? What's the definition? What is it? Because if you cannot define what it is, you will not be able to solve the problem of control. Because you see, there are people, for example, it's correct that knowledge brings about control, but there are people that have a lot of knowledge and zero control. Professors have a lot of knowledge, very little control. Yes? People can have a lot of knowledge about ethics, but be very unethical. Yes? You have all the knowledge about losing weight, but you're not. Yes? How many of you are aware that you put on weight and you don't control? How many are aware that you cannot pay your credit cards, but you cannot control the spending? How many are aware that you get stressed, but you cannot control it? So awareness is important, but it's not the definition of the word control. It's maybe a synonym, but I'm looking for a definition. You get the idea? Because it's true. It has to be something with awareness. Of course, you're right. But it's not accurate enough, so it doesn't solve the problem. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to get you to the next level. Up to now, up to this stage of the lecture, I agreed with synonyms. Yeah, never mind. Synonyms, fine. But now I want to take you to the next level, which is you really need to start to look at definitions, because if you will not have a definition, you will not solve nothing. You will just say the thing, but it will not actually help you. I'll give you an example. I'll explain to you the word control, and you will see how it's helping you with actually gaining control. There's a cycle of action in this universe, which is start, change, and stop. A man born, grow, and die. This lecture started, something changed, and it will stop. Everything in this universe is start, change, stop, start, change, stop, start, change, stop. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Okay, good. There are some people that can start things, some people that can change things, and some people that can stop things. But only few that can start, change, and stop. Control, the definition of the word control is the ability to start, change, and stop. So the more you start things in life that you did not close, the less you'll be in control, the less income you will have. Your life is as messed up as you have open cycle. When you have this thing with the blocks that I told you, each one of these blocks is an open cycle. Now what happened here is actually worse. What happened here is actually worse. Every time you, this is you. I want to introduce you to yourself. This is you, you see? Before you put on weight. Yeah. And when you're born, you have a certain number of processes. Every time you started a cycle of action and you didn't close, start change, but didn't close, one process got occupied, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. You didn't answer an email, you didn't answer WhatsApp, you didn't tell your wife what you've done, you didn't punch this guy at 5 years old that you're still upset with. Every time you open a cycle of action, you still processes. Now, what happened to a computer that you open many programs to? What happened to the computer? Slow down, yes. And if you open more, crash. Stress is the manifestation of too many open cycles. Stress is the result of too little doing, not too much doing. You have been doing too little for too long, so you feel stress. Stress is only the manifestation of too many open cycles. Is a long-term irresponsibility of closing cycles of action. And I'm telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. If you look, when you start a new job, you're excited because there's no open cycles. No open cycles. Beautiful. And then you start. And you say, do this and do this and do this. And you say, yes, of course, I'll go and do that. And you go and you start to do the thing. And you go to the internet and you see Facebook. And you start to look at Facebook. And it leads you to a link in YouTube. And YouTube lead you to a link to a website. And the website lead you to a link on some kind of another site. And by the time you finish, you close the browser, you go back, and you don't even remember why you opened the browser, and you go back to that cycle that you started, but then you need to go to lunch. So you leave it. Now you spend the whole day, did nothing, open cycle. You've been busy, the air got warm because you're releasing heat from the body, but no results, no closed cycles. Now you will not make yourself wrong. So what you say is like that. No problem. When I come after lunch, I'm going to do it. But you come after lunch and you got another 20 things. So you look at them quickly to delete the small things. And you just delete the emails that you don't need. But one of those emails catch your attention. And you click the link. And you do the whole cycle again. And in the meanwhile, I don't know that if you know, but email have sex. They grow very quickly. It doesn't take 9 months to grow. They have children very quickly. Yes? And they grow. And WhatsApp grow faster. Yes? And they grow and they grow and they grow. And you lose control. Because you don't close cycles of actions. And the only thing that is stress is actually an indication of lack of responsibility on closing cycles. Now, a person that can close cycle fast, a person that can touch something and handle it is gold. He's the executive. He's the real executive, not the one with the ranks. Yes, because there's executive with ranks, the one that defines as executive, and the guy that bring result. The guy that bring result is the guy that can, he touch something, he close it. He touch something, he close it. It's not important how long it takes. If he touch it, if it arrive to him, he handle it. He never say later. When you start to say later, you start to cut your own throat. You touch it, you play it. That's the law. I generally operate on a basis of when I handle my communication, I handle it first in, first out. So I always handle the earliest, the oldest one first, forward. Why? Because if you don't do that, you have this one big cycle that you need to handle. This one email that you know that needs a little bit more work. So at the beginning you say later. Then later you look at that and you say a bit later. And then you say later, and then it disappears, but you remember about it. And not only, and from time to time, you remember about it, and then this email start to grow hair, and it start to become ugly, and you believe that it's a very big thing, and and people call you, what about this job? And you start to lie about it. Oh, I was looking, and I couldn't find this study, and you lie about it, and you lie about it, and every time you do that, you put more blocks, and you become more and more useless. You lose your power in direct ratio to the number of open cycles you allow yourself to have. If you wake up one weekend, Saturday, and you decide, today I'm going to the office, I'm not supposed to work, but I'm going to the office and I'm going to clean all my emails. And you go and you sit and that, by 2 o'clock you feel great. Nothing changed, but you feel amazing because you get your computing power back. It's exactly like closing programs or resetting your computer. When you reset your computer, you turn it on and off, it is because you're using a PC and not Mac. When you turn it on and off, is you basically clear that memory. And before that, you are your own enemy. Because you can hide it from anyone, from everyone, but you know you have open cycles.
But what if you have the pressure of people telling you that you have like 10 or 20 cycles? You have to deal with it.
Yeah, it's
You
mean,
don't have enough time.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I know. Believe me, I know. I have 24 countries, 24 companies in 26 countries. I know what pressure means. But why I can do what I can do, why I can kite surf and have fun and do music and do all of these things, because I never allowed to this backlog to accumulate. I found that the only times that I feel overworked is when I had an earlier period of doing nothing. And now I'm under stress. Now, what's the handling for that? When something like that happens, when you have a backlog, that's what you're basically talking about, what you do, you need to say, okay, fine, I have a backlog. I'm going to put myself in a state of emergency, cut 10 of phones, 10 of internet, 10 of anything. I put myself in a cave and I handle the first cycle, whatever is this first cycle. Everyone can shout and jump, and I don't care. I do the first cycle. I handle that. Take the next one. Handle only that. I don't talk to anyone. I disconnect. I hide myself. I actually physically hide myself. I take myself into a coffee shop when no one knows where I am. I run away from my office. I turn the phones off. I turn the internet. I turn the internet on only when I need something specifically online, but generally everything is off, and I hide myself in a cave until I catch up the backlog. Catch up the backlog. I go back to the universe, give the work that I've done. I get the new one, but now I get it with new viewpoints and I immediately and I handle it, and it's very, very quickly from there. And I found that everyone on my level of work, every 1 day of delay when I don't actually produce, I need between 4 to 5 days to catch up. Every 1 day of delay is between 4 to 5 days to catch up. So it's deadly. If you start delays, it's deadly. Why? Because it's not only that you have more items, it's not the number of items, it's the power of computation. You're using a very weak computer when your mind is all connected. Now, there is a whole technology, there's 57 ways to generate backlog, 57 ways. And once you learn them, you learn how to police it and how to make sure that you don't get noise. I'm giving you today just the very beginning, not artificial, very powerful, but very just beginning some kind of aspirin to a problem, yes? It's not the full solution. But this alone, if you just understand that and you'll do the next drill that I'm going to give you, you will see that it will help you. The full handling is different, and how you will learn it, how do you learn the full handling? I'm going to do we're going to do is Ray? Ray, where's Ray? Ray? My partner left me. How can I breathe? Okay, me and Ray going to do a series of webinars, 3 webinars, that will teach you all the basics so you can improve your life. And in April, we're coming back and we will do a 3 days, full, 3 or 4 days. I'm actually not sure what she decided at the end. She's the boss. I'm just working. I'm just talking. And we do 3 or 4 days seminars when we will actually teach you all the actual ways to handle your life. And one of those things is to handle backlog. One of those things is to handle backlog, because the backlog that you have in your work is actually have an earlier backlog, a personal backlog, much more important than the work backlog. Why you take I looked at people at the beginning when I started to expand and work across the world, and I put one manager in a company, and I get problems, delays, backlogs, noise, blah blah blah. And I take another person, and things just move. The work is the same work, the company is the same company, the market is the same market, but if I put person A, I get noise, no result. I take person B, I get result, and I get a person C, I get result times 20, which means that the obstacles are not what define the result. What define the result is you, your personal condition. Your personal condition define how much you can do, not how much work you have. But you don't believe in that because you think that you do the best and you find fault with yourself. You don't find what's right with yourself. When you say that all I can do, you find fault with yourself. When you say that's all I can do, that's the maximum, you actually invalidate yourself because you can do much more. Much more. I took people that could hardly, like young people that could hardly manage themselves. And through training, I got them to run companies that worth $100 million. Just training. So today I can take any person, regardless of who he is, anyone. I don't care who he is, how he, what background, what anything, and I can train a person to 100% duplication and 100% result. That's why I can give this special guarantee that I have, because I can take any person, I don't care who he is, and I don't care what he do, and I will guarantee a result. Now, why don't people tell me, but how can you, if you teach someone, how can you make sure that he learn? What if he has learning disabilities? And I say, there's no such thing as learning disabilities, there's only teaching disabilities. If I'm a good teacher, I teach. If I'm a useless teacher, I blame my students. There's no such thing as learning disabilities. If you know what you do, you bring result. It's like people come to me and tell me, if sometimes a programmer will come to me. I have a lot of programmers that are working for me. That me, Meir, this is such a difficult work. It takes time. We don't know exactly how to solve it. And I tell them, such a difficult work to make money. It takes time. I don't know if I'll have money by the end of the week to pay you. And they say, no, that cannot be. I said, well, so why is it can be that you will not deliver your job, and your product is to deliver this thing working, yes? No bugs. I have a bug with the money. Like you have a bug with the software, I have a bug with the money. Is it okay? And they say, no, you need to pay. I said, why? What's the difference between us? Are you have blue blood in your veins, so when you need to deliver the product is okay, and when I'm a peasant, I cannot have bugs in my payment? What's the difference? I consider that I can, and he considers that he cannot. Does it make sense? So you need to learn. There's a lot of things that you still don't know. You didn't even think that there is something that stress has to do with something you do, because you thought that it is just too much work to too little abilities. It's not true. It's too little actions from you for too long. That's all. If you are stressed, you did not produce for a long time. You delayed things for a long time. And the delay may not be in work, by the way. It could be that it was a delay at home to tell your wife that you cheated her. It could be the delay that to report to yourself that you drink too much. It could be delayed that to report to yourself that you need to stop lying to your boss. The delay do not have to be at the area that you have too much to do it. Because if you cheated your wife last night, and you feel bad, believe me, when you come to work, you're not going to close any cycle of actions. Are you with me? Yes? So as I told you, it's probably not what you want to hear, but it's damn effective. It works. I can bring result with that. Not can bring, I am bringing a result with that. So control is the ability to start, change, stop. Does it make sense to you? Is that definition workable for you? Yes? Did I shock you? Is it too much? Or are you okay? Are you breathing? Do you need the mouth to mouth? No? Okay, good. Okay. So I'll give you a joke just to lighten up a bit. Because I see that you're like, oh my God, I have all of these things that I didn't do. I hear your head going. Okay, so there was this lizard. So there was this lizard, and the lizard walk in the forest, and it sees the monkey on a tree, and the monkey feels very good. So the lizard says to the monkey, hey monkey, what's going on? Why you feel so very good? And the monkey said, you know, I smoke this weed and it makes me feel very good. So the lizard said, can I have a few puffs? And the monkey said, yes, of course, come up. So the lizard go up, tick, 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 and they start to smoke and they feel very good, very good, very good, very good. After a while, the lizard get really thirsty and it says to the monkey, you know what? I'm going to the river to drink. So the monkey say, go knock yourself out. So the lizard go, dun, 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 go to the river, arrive to the river, and it sees the crocodile. The crocodile look at the lizard and say, hey, you feel very good. What's that? So the lizards tell the crocodile the whole story about the monkey and the weed, and the the crocodile say, can I go and have some smoke? And the lizard said to the crocodile, of course, just go and talk to the monkey, he will give you some weed. So the crocodile go, pam, 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 arrive to the tree, call the monkey and say, hey monkey, can I smoke with you? The monkey looked down and said, man, you drank a lot of water. Okay, good. How do you handle it? What is the aspirin? The first thing I want you to do, the drill is to take a piece of paper or a piece of phone and write all the open cycles that you have. All. Yes, I told you you're going to work. Yeah, it's not just listening. You're going to write the open cycles that you have. If you won't do that, of course, you will not have improvement because after that, I'm going to give you the next section and the next section. Write the open cycles that you have. Even if it's not comfortable, write it because the first step in handling anything is gaining an ability to look at it. The first step in handling your finance is gaining an ability to look at your finance. The first step in handling anything is gaining the ability to confront it or to look at that. Oh, here she is. I was looking for you. Hi. I was looking for you.
I'm here.
Yeah, you are missing in action and my heart went with you and I couldn't talk anymore.
It's understandable.
Yes.
More coffee?
Yes, please. Like yours.
Oh, you want one? Okay.
Thank you. Okay, make a list, please. Make a list of all the open cycles you have, and then I'm going to show you what to do. I'm going to give you 2 actions that will be amazing for you. I'm going to give you a tool that will help you to handle open cycles. So confront, look at your open cycles. Really get that. The first thing in order to handle anything in your life is gaining the ability to look at that, to actually report to yourself and say, yes, it's there. Okay, make a list, confront it. Confront, the word confront, gain the ability to look at something comfortably. Confront is the ability to perceive something comfortably. Just to look at that and not get freaked out. That's confront. Look at your bank account and don't get freaked out. That's confront. If you can confront something, you can handle it. The only thing that ever hurt you is those things that you could not look at, you could not confront. If you had a boyfriend and you could not confront the bad side of him, it can hurt you, it will hurt you. Yes? Make a list.